Hey guys, this is Jeff on the Entrefied Podcast tonight. If you're new to our website, you can go to www.entrefied.com. What we do is we interview professionals, book authors, teachers. If you're a teacher or something like that and you got something to learn, we'll interview you. We enjoy having people on the show that offers great value to our customers, so our listeners. We have a lot of podcast notes on our website. But we definitely want the people on the show that can add value to our listeners there. But I'd like to talk to you, and you can also get our free newsletter and get a lot of great content there too, including our PAR program. It's Plan, Action, Repeat. That's what we call it. But it has a morning routine and a lot of questions that will help you identify what you're looking for out of life. And it's free. You can join our free newsletter and get that. But what I'd like to talk to you about today is a few things that makes a difference. These are just a few things that we can talk about, and you can go see the notes right on the website. Like I said, join our free newsletter. You can get notifications of things, just all kinds of great stuff. But what I want to talk to you, like I said, is a few things that makes a difference. So paying attention to your ideas, that's very important, guys. A lot of people, they'll have things come up in their mind. They'll think, well, I'll put that down later. Most of the time it don't happen. Or you write down a note and you think, well, I'll put it down, or I'll remember where I put it. I would encourage you to have a centralized location. Whether you're in a business, you're planning things, or you're working on projects for a company, or whatever the case is, those ideas that are coming to you, they're coming to you for you to do something with. Don't think that, oh, well, I just got a great idea. I'm just going to have 100 great ideas up beyond this. I don't need to record all that. That's just really a waste. You need to record the great ideas. You need to record the good ideas. You need to record your thoughts, your ideas, because you never know what that's going to turn into. You say, well, what does it turn into? Good ideas lead to more good ideas, and sometimes they lead to great ideas. So pay attention to your ideas. Write those down. Don't ignore them. Set a time to go over your thoughts and the things you've written down. Could be plans. Could be just a random thought, but write it down. Take some time to consider what you want to do, and then take action on what you think you need to do with the idea. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this right here. These very good points, guys, and I hope you guys can get this. So many people think too much and too little. You know what I mean? They get to the point where they're thinking about things, but they don't ever take action on something. They just think about it, and that's it. That's all they ever do. Control your mindset. I've talked about this before. Sometimes when we have those good moments of inspiration, of creativity, it's because we're in a good state. We don't always reside there. You have to get to a point that you're putting yourself in prime state. You say, well, how do you do that? Well, you find out what makes you tick. You find out what you enjoy, you love. The juices go to flowing when you do these things. You know what I mean? So you get to the point where you identify the things that are making you happy. Now, everything's different for people, because people have different personalities. They have different likes, different dislikes. But if you can start to identify the good days, that's one thing you can do. This is an action step that you can do. If you start to identify the good days that you're having and start to ask yourself, why? Why is this a good day? And you may say, well, it just happened to be that way. Something just happened. That the truth is, there's certain little things that if they start happening in your day, they line up to you having a better day. You might say, well, that just happens. Yeah, sometimes it just happens. But what if you can manufacture it? What if you could produce it? What are some of those things that you start, when they happen, you're like, wow, I'm just having a great day. Start to formalize the things that you can do to have better days. Yes, we have difficult people that we deal with. It's part of life. We have difficult situations. Sometimes the people we deal with, our family or something, maybe it's not going right at the time. Find a way to deal with difficult situations and find a way to handle people. I mean, really, because everybody's got different personalities. Everybody's got different things they got going on. Find a way to deal with that. But control your mindset. I've talked about this before, but you really need to start doing this because it's super important. And if you do this, if you find out how to do this and you can do it every day, see, it's not what you know. And as I've said before, it's what you consistently do. It's not what you know. You need to find a way to put yourself in a good place before you get started every day, and recognize the things that can jeopardize an excellent mindset and guard against those things, those situations with people that that anger you, or that, you know, it's all kinds of different negative emotions too. I mean, sometimes it can be depression after you talk with certain people. They get to the point where they're just all the time telling you something bad. And it's like you get depressed. You got to find a way to guard against those situations. You know, if you want to have great days, you're going to have to learn to protect it. Could be situations, could be in a business. You could have difficult customers to deal with. You know, they say the customer is always right. It's what some people say. And I'm not saying that, you know, I ain't weighing in either way on that. But what I am saying is that's what they say. But I can tell you sometimes situations can be difficult. You know, people don't always see it the right way. So those situations with people that anger you, or those situations that put you in a bad mood, sometimes avoiding those situations if you can. But here's the thing, sometimes we can't. And I've started looking at things more logically lately, guys. And that's what I want to talk about right here is I've started looking at things logically. And I started realizing some of the logical things that I could do in those situations rather than just be emotional. You ever had somebody do something wrong to you and you think, well, you just spout off and you're mad at them or something like that? Do you ever stop and think how you could have dealt with that differently? Have you ever stopped and thought about, okay, now I could have really done this. I could have just said, look, you know, I know what they did was wrong, but how could I have handled that better? You say, well, it doesn't matter. It's over now. Well, it does matter, because you're going to have that certain situations that keep repeating in your life. If you start to listen and start to learn how you can just not let things affect you, don't get emotional about it. In 10 minutes time, it doesn't even matter the thing that you're thinking about, more than likely. It's not going to be something, a lot of these things are not things that, you know, you're going to live with. Now, here's the thing. If you blow up and you do something dumb, I say dumb because a lot of the emotional things that we do, if we thought about it, if we done the logical thing, which is stop and think and start looking at your thoughts that's coming through your mind. Are you being emotional? Are you being logical? Are you thinking about this right? Or are you acting out of emotion? If we started asking those questions, we'd start to see that a lot of times we're acting out of emotion. And, you know, emotion's important, but I got to be honest. In a large part of my life, I'm starting to see that logical trumps it most times. We just look at the logical thing, what you need to do, and don't get emotional about it. Start looking at people, how they treat you, how they do things, and how you deal with them. But, oh, they shouldn't have done that, or that person done me wrong, or, you know, they should have done this right here. You get off into that mindset and you wind up having a bad day. If you look at the things the way they are, and you start to realize that certain people are going to do the certain things over and over and over and over, and logically, what do I need to do? I'm not saying cut those people out of your life. I'm not meaning that. What I am looking at is how can we logically deal with these situations we're having to deal with over and over and over better. So I would encourage you to do that. Get the notes. It's directly a lot more to the point that I'm talking here. I'm just trying to give you some concepts, guys, some background, some context. I hope I'm giving you some great information. But this will get more to the point. It's right on our website. Just get it on our website. I'll try to get more to the point, but you've got a lot of great information right here. I want to talk to you about intentional thoughts that are positive. You know, have you ever thought I can do it? Well, your mind will go to thinking, okay, I can do things, you know, and it immediately goes to things of how to make things happen. If you're thinking, oh, I can't do something, guess what? Your mind's going to try to find a way to convince yourself that you can't do something. So I'm not going to read all this. I don't want to just put you through all this, but I would encourage you to get on our website and look at this. Get our free newsletter. Like I said, you'll get a lot of great content. Here's another thing. When it gets tough, stop thinking, you know, hey, this is bad. Look at it as an opportunity. Start thinking about it logically. Another thing I want to talk to you about is stop caring about certain things that drive you crazy. I don't know why we do this, but we seem to want to continually think about things that we cannot do anything about. You know, so stop. I'm highlighting on the screen if you're seeing this. If you're listening to the audio, that's fine too. Well, we do have a video I'm going to be putting up on YouTube, probably be out by the time you're listening to this. You can listen to the audio or the video, or you can just go directly to the notes, guys. But if you'll get our free newsletter, you'll get the PAR program. You'll also get notifications, special content when it comes out, notifications, really when I start posting. Most right now, everything I post, you'll get a notification of it to your email. So you can take a look right then. So I'd encourage you to do that. So get our free newsletter. But guys, stop caring so much about the things that you can't do anything about and start do what you need to do, then separate your emotions from it and forget it. You may ask, well, how do I do that? Here's what you can do. You can start practicing things such as say a little prayer and logically think about the best thing to do. Give it to God. Now, here's the thing. We often will pick it right back up from God and we'll say, hey, you know, God, I know I prayed about that. You know, we don't even tell him that. God wants you to give him good things. He wants you to give him your troubles. He wants you to come to him, and he wants you to look at things, I really feel like, in my opinion. He wants you to lay down the things, the burdens that are too hard to carry. You know, he tells you to do that. Take your burdens to him. You know why, I think? One reason why I think is because we cannot handle all that. There's certain things we cannot do anything about. We have to look logically at the thing, pray about it, and say, God, you know, this is in your hands. You know, you just deal with it, please. You know, that's what we need to do, but sometimes we don't. Moving on, here's another point I want you to realize. You have a choice. Wherever you're at right now, you have a choice. And I know people may be pulling at you, you got to do this, or they're telling you to do that. But in the end, I'm not telling you to quit, move, change, but I am saying you have a different choice. What you do next could be your own choice. You're only going to get one life. You're only going to get one life. So, guys, I would encourage you to think hard about what you want to do with your life, because there's going to be somebody trying to sit there and tell you what to do with it. They're going to tell you, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. The question is, what do you want to do? And one thing I can tell you here, I can't tell you to quit or change or do whatever you need to do. But what I can tell you is look at the worst case scenario. Because a lot of times if you can live with the worst case scenario of what you're really wanting to do, if you can live with that and there's a huge upside, it may be the right choice for you. I can't tell you, but I can tell you to think and consider in 10 to 20 or 30 years what you want. What do you want? So make a plan and start getting consistent with your work. You know, whatever that is. If it's your job or if it's your personal life or if it's taking a trip or whatever what is, make a plan and start getting consistent with your work. You know, so many times people make a plan, they don't do nothing, they don't take no action on it. Take action, even if it's just small action, guys. It's better than no action at all. What I'm trying to tell you is keep going, keep moving, keep pushing. Find that plan. If you won't get good results, keep putting in action. Find out, identify, number one, what you want. Whatever that is, personal life, professional life, find out what you want and start putting effort into it. Here is the thing. Keep putting effort in. I'm going to highlight this for you guys. I got this right here in the notes. It's right here. Here is the thing. Keep putting effort in. Right off the screen. All this content, just come take a look at it, guys. It is consistent action that gets consistent results. When you get results, you can adapt and you can plan. If you don't take action, you get nothing sometimes. Identify. I want to leave you with that thought. That's one of the most important things that you can do as far as your plan or what you want out of your life, and to have it wrote down too. Write it down. Have some time that you go back and go over it. Have a planning time. Have something that you can review your thoughts, your ideas, your business plan. Whatever the case is, you need to have a time for that you consistently go toward that. Maybe it's every day. I would encourage every day you do something toward your dreams, your goals, the things that you want to accomplish. But what I want to leave you with, and I said this before, I'm going to leave you with that. The identifying what you want. Identify what it is. You can't fix a problem until you know it's a problem. You can't work toward a solution until you find out what you're working toward. You want to work toward. You might not have all the answers. Identify it. Think about it a little bit and then take some action. So I hope you guys get this, because if you identify, you think, I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe you're in the right state at the time, and then you come back to it and you think, oh, I don't know, that ain't going to work. Now you're in a different state. You're in a different mindset. Something bad's happened. you're not thinking right, and you talk yourself out of things that you should be doing. Identify what you need to do. Identify, think about it, and then take a small step toward it. Take some action right away on it. Guys, identify what you want out of your life and get results. Guys, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.